What was the great sin that the priest and the Levite committed? Sometimes we forget about the sins of omission, the things that we do not do, the things that the Lord is calling us to, but we turn a blind eye towards. You know, the opposite of love is not hatred, it is indifference. And that doesn't mean that the priest and the Levite who passed by the victim were evil men. Maybe they weren't malicious, but they had things to do. They were important people with important activities, events. I'm sure they had things very present on their minds when they walked by. Indifference. Indifference can cause us to stop seeing people with the eyes of our heart. Of course, we see them with our physical eyes, but we stop truly seeing the people around us. And it's a sin that all of us can fall into, the sin of indifference. You know, here it says that the Samaritan traveler was moved with compassion. You know, we can get caught up so much in activities and things we're doing that we forget about people. God cares about how we love our neighbors. He doesn't so much care about the list of things that we have gotten done. He cares about people. And we have to allow our hearts to be moved with compassion at the suffering of those around us, because we can become cold and indifferent, especially if those people are members of our own family, maybe a husband, a wife, a child. We become so accustomed to how they are or their struggles or their difficulties that we stop having compassion. Who are those people that you need to be a neighbor to? Who are those people that you need to cure of their wounds? There are so many types of wounds in our world, not just physical, emotional, spiritual. We are called to tend those wounds of others, to those who are suffering, to those who are most in need. That is what God calls us to. When we become so busy that we stop seeing people, then we've simply lost sight of the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to love God with our whole heart, with our whole being, and our neighbor as ourselves.